students, you have already studied different parts of mole concept and stoichiometry. That is calculation of empirical formula, molecular formula, percentage composition, etc. In this video lecture, you will study about stoichiometric calculations. Stoichiometry means calculation of amounts of reactants and amounts of product involved in chemical reactions. And stoichiometry deals with the calculations of masses, sometimes moles also, volumes also, of the reactants and the products involved in a chemical reaction. Reactants are the substance taking part in chemical reaction, and products are the substance formed as a result of chemical reaction. Means reactants take part in chemical reaction and gives products as a result of chemical reaction. Reactants are always written in the left side and products in the right side of the chemical equation. Between the reactants and products, arrow is placed which gives the direction of the reaction. If two or more reactants or products involved in a chemical reaction, then plus sign is placed in between two reactants or two products. For example, this is a chemical equation which represents the complete combustion of methane in presence of oxygen. Methane and oxygen are reactants. These are reactants. And this arrow represents the direction of the reaction. Means reactants react together, gives products in forward direction. Carbon dioxide and water gas, means water vapor or steam, is the products of the reaction. So these are the reactants and these are the products in this particular chemical reaction. A balanced chemical reaction provides relative number of molecules of reactants and products, relative number of moles of reactants and products, relative masses of reactants and products, relative volumes of reactants and products if the reactants or products are in gas phase. Volume of the reactant or products are calculated only for gaseous reactants or gaseous products. If the reactants are solid or liquid, only masses, number of molecules and relative number of moles can be calculated. Volumes of the reactants and products calculated only when the reactants or products taken in gaseous state. For example, in this case, in terms of molecules, this reaction can be expressed as one molecule of methane reacts with two molecules of oxygen, gives one molecule of carbon dioxide and two molecules of H2O gas. Means one molecule, two molecule, one molecule, two molecule. In terms of molecule, reactants and products can be expressed as. In terms of moles, one mole, two mole, one mole, two mole. In terms of mass of CH4, 12 plus 4 equal to 16 gram. 16 gram of methane reacts with 2 into 16 into 2 equal to 64 gram. 64 grams of oxygen. 12 plus 16 into 2 equal to 44 gram. 2 into 2 plus 16 equal to 36 gram. In terms of masses, 16 grams of methane reacts with 64 grams of oxygen, gives 44 grams of carbon dioxide and 36 grams of H2O gas. In terms of volume, since all the reactants and products are taken in gaseous state, so we can express volumetric ratio of the reactants and products. One volume means at STP, volume of 1 mole of any gaseous substance is taken as 22.4 liter at STP. It means 22.4 liter of methane reacts with 2 into 22.4 liter of oxygen, gives 22.4 liter of carbon dioxide and 2 into 22.4 liter of H2O gas. This volume means 22.4 liter at STP is known as molar volume. This is called molar volume, and amount equal to molecular mass is known as molar masses or molar mass. This is the molar mass of methane, 16 gram, and 22.4 liter is the molar volume. According to this equation, only one molecule or only 1 mole or only 16 gram or 22.4 liter methane gas is involved, and 2 molecules of oxygen, 2 moles of oxygen or 64 grams of oxygen or 2 into 22.4, that is 44.8 liter of oxygen involved in this reaction. These two reactants gives 1 molecule of carbon dioxide or 1 mole of carbon dioxide or 44 grams of carbon dioxide or 22.4 liter carbon dioxide. And similarly, 2 molecules of water, 2 moles of water, 36 gram of water and 44.8 liter of H2O gas formed in this reaction. This is the general information conveyed by balanced chemical equation. Any balanced chemical equation provides these informations: number of molecules of reactants and products, number of moles of reactants and products, amount in grams of reactants and products, and volume of the reactants and products if the substances are taken in gaseous state. This is general introduction about the stoichiometric calculation. In a stoichiometric calculation, mass of any of the reactant or mass of any of the product, moles of any of the reactant, moles of any of the product, volume of any of the reactant or product can be calculated with the help of balanced chemical equation. In this equation, these terms means Number of moles of reactants and products are also known as stoichiometric coefficient. For oxygen molecule, 2 is the stoichiometric coefficient. For H2O, 2 is the stoichiometric coefficient. For CO2, 1 is the stoichiometric coefficient. For methane, 1 is the stoichiometric coefficient. These are the important information given by a balanced chemical equation. A balanced chemical equation is the only way by which we can calculate the amount of reactants taking part in chemical reactions or amount of the products formed as a result of chemical reaction. Now we take some examples related to stoichiometric calculations. First example, what masses of sodium carbonate? Question first. What masses of sodium carbonate Na2CO3 will be obtained on heating 1.68 grams of sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3 at 300 degrees Celsius. At 300 degree Celsius. This is question. What masses means this question is related to stoichiometric calculations in terms of masses. So first of all, we have to write balanced chemical equation of thermal decomposition of sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate, this is your solution, NaHCO3 on thermal decomposition gives Na2CO3 plus CO2 plus H2O. This is balanced chemical equation involving the decomposition of sodium bicarbonate. In terms of masses, first of all, calculate the masses of different substances involved in chemical reaction. Then what is the mass of sodium bicarbonate? 2. Atomic mass of sodium 23. Atomic mass of hydrogen 1. Atomic mass of carbon 12. Atomic mass of oxygen 16 multiplied by 3. This is equal to 168 grams. Mass of 2 molecules of sodium bicarbonate or 2 molecules of sodium bicarbonate is equal to 168 grams. And that for sodium carbonate, atomic mass of sodium is 23 multiplied by 2 plus atomic mass of carbon 12 plus atomic mass of oxygen 16 multiplied by 3, and this is equal to 106 grams. Amount of reactants sodium bicarbonate 168 gram. which on decomposition gives 106 grams of sodium carbonate. These are the gaseous substance which escape out in this reaction. According to this question, what masses of sodium carbonate will be obtained on heating 1.68 grams of sodium bicarbonate? According to this equation, since 168 grams of NaHCO3 gives Na2CO3 equal to 106 grams. From 168 grams of sodium bicarbonate, mass of Na2CO3 is 106 grams. Therefore, 1 grams of sodium bicarbonate gives Na2CO3 106 by 168 grams. Then 1.68 grams of sodium carbonate gives Na2CO3 equal to 106 by 168 multiplied by 1.68 gram, and this is equal to 1.06 gram. 1.06 gram. This is the mass of sodium carbonate obtained by 1.68 grams of sodium bicarbonate. If anyone asks about the volume of carbon dioxide at STP, then volume of carbon dioxide can also be calculated with the help of this equation. And how you calculate it? In terms of volume, how many moles of carbon dioxide evolved in this reaction? Only 1 mole. And volume of 1 mole of any gas at STP is 22.4 liter. It means 168 grams of sodium bicarbonate gives 22.4 liter of carbon dioxide at STP. Okay. Then 1 grams of sodium bicarbonate gives 22.4 by 168 liter. Then 1.68 grams of sodium bicarbonate gives 22.4 by 168 multiplied by 1.68 liter of carbon dioxide. In the same way, you can calculate the volume of H2O gas. If the H2O is evolved in the form of gas, then with the help of this equation, one can calculate the volume of water vapor or water steam or water gas. Now take some other examples. Next example is what weight of zinc? Question number 2. What weight zinc would be required to produce enough hydrogen to reduce completely 7.95 grams of copper oxide. What weight of zinc would be required to produce enough hydrogen to reduce completely 7.95 grams of copper oxide? For this question, first of all, calculate the balanced chemical equation for this reaction, and this equation is ZL plus H2SO4. ZL is active metal which react with acid gives salt and hydrogen gas. ZnSO4 plus hydrogen gas. And reaction involved in the reduction of copper oxide with hydrogen is written as Cu plus H2O. These are the reactions involved in this problem. First of all, production of hydrogen gas by the reaction of zinc and H2SO4. Second is the reduction of copper oxide by hydrogen into copper and H2O. These are stoichiometric equations or balanced chemical equations. Atomic mass of zinc is 65.5 or 65.38 gram. Gram atomic mass of zinc is 65.38. Generally it is written as 65.5. And copper oxide 63.5 plus 60 equal to 79.55 gram, and hydrogen 2.016 gram. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1.008. 1.008 multiplied by 2 gives 2.016 gram. Now, this amount of copper oxide, 79.55 grams of copper oxide, requires how many hydrogen? 2.016 grams of hydrogen. 79.55 grams of copper oxide requires 2.016 grams of hydrogen gas. Then 7.95 grams of, with the help of this equation you can calculate 7.95 grams of copper oxide will require how many grams of hydrogen? It requires 2.016 divided by 79.55 multiplied by 7.95. 95. This is the mass of hydrogen gas required for the complete reduction of 7.9 grams of copper oxide, and this is comes equal to 0.2016 gram. 0.2016 gram. Now, this amount of hydrogen are produced by how many grams of zinc? With the help of this equation, only one molecule of hydrogen gas is given, and mass of hydrogen is 2.016 grams. Means from 65.38 grams of zinc gives 2.016 grams of hydrogen. Okay. So how many grams of hydrogen means how many grams of zinc is required to produce 0.2016 grams of hydrogen. It means 2.016 grams of hydrogen requires how many grams of zinc? 65.38 grams of zinc. So 1 grams of hydrogen requires 65.38 divided by 2.016. Then this amount of hydrogen requires, this is equal to 68.38 divided by 2.016 multiplied by 0.016 gram, and it is equal to 6.52 gram. 6.52 gram. Once again, I repeat. According to this question, hydrogen gas is produced by the action of zinc and sulfuric acid. In this equation, one molecule of zinc gives one molecule of hydrogen, or 1 mole of zinc gives 1 mole of hydrogen, or 65.38 grams of zinc gives 2.016 grams of hydrogen. And in the next equation, which represents the reduction of copper oxide by hydrogen, 1 molecule of copper oxide requires 1 molecule of hydrogen, or 1 mole of copper oxide requires 1 mole of hydrogen, or 79.55 grams of copper oxide requires 2.016 grams of hydrogen. So what is the mass of hydrogen required for the reduction of 7.95 grams of copper oxide? And this comes equal to 0.2016 grams. Now, this amount of hydrogen requires how many grams of zinc? According to this equation, 2.016 grams of hydrogen produced from 65.38 grams of zinc. So 1 gram of hydrogen produced from 68.38 divided by 2.016 grams of zinc. Then 0.2016 grams of hydrogen produced by this amount of zinc. This is the amount of zinc required to produce sufficient or enough amount of hydrogen required for the complete reduction of 7.95 grams of copper oxide. Now come to the next question. This question is, how much zinc should be treated? How much? Question third. Question third. How much zinc should be treated with excess of dilute hydrochloric acid, dilute HCl, to obtain 2.24 liter of hydrogen ISTP. This is the question. How much zinc should be treated with excess of dilute hydrochloric acid to obtain 2.24 liters of hydrogen at STP? So first of all, write the balanced chemical equation. Zn plus 2HCl gives ZnCl2 plus H2. This is balanced chemical equation, and this calculation is related to zinc and hydrogen at STP. Hydrogen is a gas, so its volume can be calculated at STP. According to this question, 65.5 grams of zinc gives 22.4 liters at STP, means 22.4 liter of hydrogen gas at STP. Okay, it means 22.4 liter requires 65.5. Atomic mass of zinc is written as 65.38, but generally it is taken as 65.5. So 22.4 liter hydrogen requires how many zinc? 65.5 grams of zinc. Then 1 liter of hydrogen requires 65.5 divided by 22.4 grams of zinc. Then 2.24 liter of hydrogen requires 65.5 divided by 22.4 multiplied by 2.24 grams of zinc. This is your answer. Just after calculation, you find the exact value, which comes equal to 6.54 gram. Approximately 6.54 gram is the answer. This is all about stoichiometric calculations of reactants and products. That's all. In the next video lecture, you will study about the calculations related to vapor density, and this will be the last video lecture of this lesson. Thank you.